welcome. It's a beautiful Monday morning, and we are very so excited to have you join us today on another great episode, very informative, of course, equally very entertaining edition of Enterprise Morning, reaching you from Enterprise Television. I am Henry Igwebike, and I am being joined today with a new co-host, Kehinde Buhari.
Hello, Thank you so much. Thank you.
How are you
Henry?
today?
Fine, and you?
I'm good. I'm not complaining.
You look very sharp.
I look very sharp. Yeah. I'm deep. Deeper.
I know, right?
That's beautiful. Yeah. So, how does it feel being part of Enterprise Television today?
Okay, I must say I am pretty much excited because it's as if I just took a break for a very long time and I'm back.
Away from journalism, that is.
Not really. Okay. Well, not really, because I was kind of laying my hands on some courses, just to broaden my horizon in journalism. Okay. So it has been an awesome journey, and at the same time, I would miss those times. And yes, I am so happy I'm back again.
To embrace journalism.
Yes, I love journalism.
That's beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Fourth realm of the estate. A very beautiful place to be, and together with Kehinde, we'll be giving you a very great and smooth sailing episodes of Enterprise Morning going on right here on Enterprise Television. But while we put everything all together for you, please do well to be part of what we do. Have a say in what we say. You can always find and reach us at enterprisetvnews.com. You may equally like, comment, and follow us on all our social media platforms right here on Enterprise TV 7. Today we'll be doing something a little bit different, of course, starting from our newspapers and moving through a smooth transition to our main conversation for today. But rather than possibly take a look at some of the things we have from the front pages of our newspapers, we'll be doing a little digging deep into some juicy parts of the newspapers themselves, to sort those trendy and very important news items, information, human angle stories. Some of them might be a little bit comical, humorous, but of course they are very so important that we have to do some talking. But of course we can't start that without, on a sad note, of course, stating it's no longer news that former President Muhammad Buhari is no longer with us. Died at the age of 82 in the UK after battling one or two ailments here and there. But of course, we pray that God will rest his soul and will commiserate with his family, with the APC, but most importantly, with Nigerians who are so much in love with the great man. So what do you think about the passing of Muhammad Buhari?
Well, Henry, I would say, in fact, it was really a sad moment, not just for his family and for Nigerians, but like yesterday when the news came in, I kind of, saw some comments online saying there was a particular comment I saw. This one was even he was giving a download of Buhari's lifestyle as if he lived with him.
So was it on the positive side or the negative side?
He really dwelled on the
positive side.
Negative
the
side.
The negative side.
That kind of thing. So finally this man is gone after putting Nigerians into one is according to a cage of stagnancy. I'm like, what? Nigerians, are you not supposed to be mourning? I really don't want to be emotional about it, but for the fact that this is a human, like he should be respected regardless. You understand? So I went, because I love comment sections a lot. I learned, I kind of take some things from the comment and then I kind of expunge some things because it's not everything that is you accept. Right. So, but in all, I would say late ex-president Muhammadu Buhari, I would say from my own point of view, he was a fighter, yes, a patriot, but at the same time, in fact, to me, Buhari really made us to know that there are other things about life.
Like what things about life?
When we had the issues of NSAS, we had the issues of there was the time we had this rigid and food scarcity and food scarcity.
Very difficult economy.
You understand? So I felt that his regime at that time really built up some kind of how do I put it? Some kind of creativity to some people. Like, you're saying that this thing is not good, like the economy is really bad. Why don't you just delve into something that will even fetch you money? I'm talking about the financial aspect of the whole thing. So I would say that Buhari's regime, late Buhari, Muhammadu Buhari, beg your pardon, was his regime was just there, but it wasn't really, to my, it was not really,
it wasn't really fantastic. Of course, that is when you go through comment sections in different social media platforms, that's the same story, the same news that you see. It's neither here nor there. Come see, come saw. Lots of people would say he didn't do as much as they expected of him.
Yes, you're right.
Remember when he came on board, the naira was about 180, 200 to the dollar.
Yes.
He took it to 400 naira official rate and 700 naira black market rate. You know, apart from that, there were lots of things. He came into the seat of authority with the desire to end corruption. But unfortunately, when he came on, corruption ballooned. You understand? You know, lots of people were doing all sorts of things, and they were doing it under his own watch. You know, remember Sirika, the aviation minister, launched Nigerian Air or Air Nigeria. Built the website with 30 million naira.
I remember.
He borrowed an aircraft from Ethiopian airline, brought it to Nigeria, and told us that now we have a new airline. Later we now realize that they were all borrowed and all of that. So this and many more corruption, you know, cases were within his administration, and he didn't see that. As much as we won't love to tie him to some of those things, but Nigerians would have felt and thought that since he was he nicknamed himself Mr. Lack of corruption or what, there was this particular name he gave himself, Mr. Integrity.
Yes, Mr. Integrity.
Mr. Integrity. You know, so since he gave himself the name Mr. Integrity, we would have thought that he would have used that against, you know, lots of people who were very corrupt, you know, within the system and so much more. Apart from that, there were other very ugly sights and sounds that were attributed to him, like the NSAS, the famous NSAS. You know, he would have handled that better. But he did not, you know, and that led to the killing of lots of Nigerians at the Lekki toll gate, which up until now the federal government has not come to anything, you know, to say, okay, we were wrong in this. These are the compensation we're supposed to pay. None of that happened. And apart from that, what else again can we remember of President Muhammad Buhari?
Okay, apart from the NSAS, there is this important events we also had. Not okay, I think I can't. I would place it
just before you get that going on. Other things like the 2023 general elections. The February 25th, 2023 general elections. It was one of those elections that had Nigerians gravitating towards election. About 80 million Nigerians registered, got their PVC cards, and those 80 million Nigerians wanted to earnestly vote because they felt they needed a change. Real change, right? They felt they needed a real change. But unfortunately, President Muhammad Buhari promised us that he was going to give us the best election ever in Nigeria. What happened? Everything went haywire.
Exactly.
Nigerians voted for something and they gave us another thing else. You know, one would have thought that that was the only opportunity President Muhammad Buhari would have used to redeem that name, Muhammad Buhari, and etched it on the minds of Nigerians, but he did not do that.
And for the fact that he even ran the second time, you understand, that was even when the change came about. Because the first time was just, okay, we're all managing.
We're all managing. The second time, Nigerians felt he should not have run.
That's to tell you that you don't just expect things from people. Don't be entitled to, you know, expectations, right? You just, anything that happens. Anything. So it's more of like, okay, more of like a cover-up thing. Okay, let me just even put this out there on behalf of her late husband. So I feel that for me personally, that okay, just like what I said, she just wants to be like she just want to say that on behalf of him, and that's it. But I feel, and another thing again is, some Nigerians might just feel that okay, it is necessary since it's dead, and at least someone from the house
should at
or
least
from the
something.
family should say something. So I think what she did was actually is a normal thing, not just to keep quiet that okay, our husband is late and all of that. So I think that's
all right.
my point.
So that's all from my own end. So what story do you have?
Okay, from mine I would go with we have 2027 presidency may use courts to sculpture ADC. Mark warns. I feel
David Mark, that is
that's
interim chairman of the ADC.
Yes. So I feel this story it's more of like I would say it's tricky, but let me just leave this to you. What do you think about this story? Mark warning ADC that they're going to use courts to sculpture
the 2027 elections. Well, the truth of the matter is, since the coming of the coalition, the ADC, there's been jittery within the camp of the APC. They've been very scared. They've been very jittery. They've not been comfortable that much because those who are flying the flag of the coalition ADC are very notable Nigerians.
Yes.
Most of them were people who left the APC to form the ADC. So they understand the underbelly situation happening within the APC.
Right.
They knew how they brought Bola Ahmed Tinubu to power. They knew everything, all the secrets, they understand it. Right? So coming to ADC, it's possible that they might do the same thing. Right? Now, with that in mind, the ADC is scared that they feel there's no doubt they would win 2027.
Yes.
But
I don't know this confidence.
But they feel that the court might be in the favor of the APC. You know, the higher echelon of the Nigerian courts today was made possible or selected by the ruling party and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president. So it's very notable to see a situation where the court that receive grants and funds from the federal government and Bola Ahmed Tinubu also might do the bidding of the government of the day. So that's why I would love to believe David Mark, who is the interim chairman of the ADC, is declaring that or decrying that it's possible
they use the court
that they might use the court to scuttle whatever it is that might be the outcome of the 2027 general elections. But of course, until we get to the bridge, then we might pause. Until then, let's not just conclude. But of course, these are all propaganda. When it's time for election, it's about propaganda. So you make you will call it political emotional blackmailing. All right, so they just put up something to make you feel bad, or something they feel you might do and put it in the front of you, so you might be scared to say, okay, these people know that I might do this, I won't do it again. So that's just
more of like
it's just about
reading
for politics and all. Yes. So you had a story about you were telling me just before we started the show today about the
it's about the youth demand. Yes, it's about Labour Party chieftain and Dr. Emmanuel Eze. He has urged President Tinubu and former Vice President Atiku Abubakar to step aside from the 2027 race to allow young leaders emerge. Right? So the thing is, when I read about this, I was like, okay, because I had to like assimilate it. Okay, this is it. Now it's trying to say that President Tinubu and former Vice President as Atiku Abubakar should try and they should just step down for the younger generation to even to rule this country.
So who are the younger generation?
Now the thing is that
is it the Yahya Bello?
That's like when you talk about younger, you should understand. When I mean younger, I mean like early 40s.
Okay, fine.
Yes, early 40s is okay. So now let me even Then he said something. He said so I need to read this so I don't. He warned that their continued ambition could deepen regional divisions and threaten national unity, urging them to act as states men instead. And it's true actually if you look at it. But then there's like, I'm not even going to that. There's something I would like to say. Now, in the recently, you know VDM now. Everybody knows VDM. Very dark man. Yeah. During the Benue killings and all of that, you know, very dark man even, you know, went there and he visited there and told us the story and everything. So ever since then, apart from that, the youth really love him and they feel that okay, this man is good for the job. So there's a particular page on TikTok. I don't know, you like TikTok, right? Okay. So that page is I think the rattle. Okay, the rattle. The rattle. Yeah. So it actually means okay, this guy VDM. This is where you stand. You are. In fact, the youth has also said that this is our president. They are the one that say okay, they have found their presidents. You understand? So they are looking at the fact that okay, VDM is always apart from you know the normal impact and all of that. You know, he's more of like he's the one in front of like representing the youth. So they are like okay, this man is the person we want for. You know, want him as president. There was a time that even in one state, they had to like I think they were carrying placards, cardboard, saying that no VDM for 2027, you know, and all of that. So now, do you think that the youths really want this guy in power? Do you think our people, our leaders, because if you ask me, I think it's right time for the youths to rule. I'm not looking at we're not looking at 30, we're not looking at mid 30s, at least anything from early 40s. Late 40s. I think we are still young now. Our white hair is no, you know, we can count the number of the white hairs there. We're not that old, you know. So what do you think?
Well,
do you think VDM is? Should we relate the story to VDM, or should we just say like let's just have a general talk?
Well, VDM is a Nigerian.
Yes.
Okay, he has the constitutional right to vie for elections, and he has the right to be voted into any position of authority in Nigeria. That's his constitutional right. So that aside, I love to state here that age is but a number. Age should not be the determinant to who makes a good leader, because we've had leaders that are young that we can't even say what they have done. I mentioned someone here, Yahya Bello, the former governor of Kogi State. He was a young man when he came into power. We had thought that having that young person in power, that Kogi State would be like California, right? He would bring in that young blood in him and stimulate the economy, be able to relate with people, be able to bring everyone together, see through the minds of people, see the pain points of people, see the worries of people, take care of healthcare, education, and all. We have thought that being young, that Yahya Bello would do all of that. But to our greater surprise, he didn't do that. In fact, there were lots of people who were older, who were good enough to be his father, that did more than he did as governor. All right. Remember the little issue he had. He had paid for his children's school fees 10 years ahead, right? With an American institution and all that. So it's a whole bunch of issues. So age for me is not the determinant to say you are worthy enough to be a great leader. I think it's more about preparedness, because you might be young and at the same time not prepared. VDM is a great guy, a social activist, but he should remain as an activist, not a leader. Because outside of that is social activism. Have you seen his other side? I've seen the other side. Of lifestyle. It could be insulting. It's something that you won't even want your child to look or to emulate him. His private life is not something you would wish anyone to want to dance around with, right? Because he's still very his line of thought is still needs lots of polishing. It's still very raw. It's still jaggedy, right? So it needs lots of polishing, lots of putting together. That kind of person cannot make a good leader, right? It's just like what Showore is doing now, all about town, doing social activism. Social activism is not directly related to being a good leader. Being a good leader is coming down from your high horses, right? Looking at things the way they are, understand with people, make fences or mend fences, or people you call enemies, bring them together and say, hey, I understand where you're coming from. We might have different opinion, but can we be on the same path? right? For someone like Showore, he's still a very young guy in his late 40s or early 50s, but he is not desiring to sit with people who are old enough to be his father or his elder brothers to say, okay, my elder brother, I understand that this is the way you are looking at this, but can we do this
way,
right? Atiku Abubakar, the Peter Obis and other people. What is wrong with Showore, for example, meeting them and say, yes, my elder brothers, you people have been part of those that have destroyed this country, true or false? Whatever answer they give is okay. Is there a way we can maybe make this better? Right? Can we all be on the same page and say, this is the desire we need for this country, and together we can make it work? But for him, that is not. For him, it's revolution now. And I ask myself, when has revolution been the only solution? Or is revolution even the solution to good government? It has never been anywhere in the world. So age is not a factor. I just hope we won't have a leader like Pella, who didn't go to school or who dropped out
this
from
country
school,
will turn to
and hoping to get master holders and PhD holders to hold cameras for him, for his kids and all. You know, so if age is the whole thing, then it doesn't really make any sense really.
Right.
Yeah, because I would love to believe it's more about this conscientiousness of knowing what you're supposed to do at the right time and doing that as much as you can. So I think that is the most important thing. But of course, we hope and we feel that this country will be a great place. That's what we wish.
We just keep open and we just one day.
And hope that our leaders should stop traveling out to die outside of Nigeria. And then let them die here. So that it's easier.
Because also they better them here.
Yeah, and this way they made their money. This way they made their influence. But when they want to die, they go outside and die.
Why is it like that? I think
and they'll not bring them back home.
We should look at that story.
Yes.
Why is it always like that?
I think the 10th Assembly or our legislators in the National Assembly should pass a bill or something that when you die there, they bury you there than bringing you here, because it doesn't actually make any sense. You made your money here, you made your influence here,
so
you give it back here. Why die there? Why not die here? And you know why they won't die here? The reason why they won't die here is because they've made this place very uncomfortable, even for themselves to die. Right? They've deprived us facilities. The other day, University of Ibadan Teaching Hospital, they were in darkness for 130 something days. So why would they want to die in the University of Ibadan Teaching Hospital?
They want
it won't be comfortable. They want soft die.
Just like soft life, they want soft die. Oh my God! Oh my God!
All right, people. That's just about the time we have for this particular segment, and just to let you know, this conversation will continue on our main conversation this morning. And right there, we will be having our guest who will come talk to us, and that is when we return. Tinubu orders flags at half-staff. Federal government plans full state honor. That in a bit is still Enterprise Morning. Please don't go anywhere.